We have a few special guests here. And before we get started, I would like to recognize our funders. The City of Columbus helped to fund our program, starting with Councilwoman Shayla Favor, Councilman Wyche, Councilman Bankston, and Councilman Remy. If it wasn't for them, we would not have the funding to put our program on. Also, we received funding from Adam H. So we received funding to be able to do the extracurricular activities such as Cheeseburger Life, African Dance, Young Money, Art Class. Those things aren't free. These are small businesses who are contractors, right? And it takes money for them to run their business, and it takes money for us to operate our camp. We also want to thank Columbus City Schools for funding our teachers. They provided the funding resource for our teachers to teach and our instructional assistants, and they paid for our materials as well as our transportation. So all of our extracurricular activities, we were able to utilize the City of Columbus money and the Adam H money to pay for our interns. So could our student interns please stand? All of our student interns, please stand. Let's give them a round of applause. All of our youth interns, please stand. Yes, stand up. That means stand up. All right, so you see all of our youth interns across the back wall. They're not all in here. Ellis, can you please go get them? They're supposed to be in here. So we have 13 youth interns this summer. 13. That's the most we've ever had during our summer program. And it costs money, right? Because children aren't free these days. You know, you ask them to do something, they want some money. So it's no more free internships, it's paid internships. So we have some college students, and we also have high school students, and we have a few middle school students sprinkled in. So could our youth workers please come up? I'm going to introduce you guys. All of you please come up and stand over here. All of our youth workers. And so some of our youth workers are previous students of Parkmore, but they are also children who heard about our program, and they asked early. You have to ask early because I only have so much money, and this year I actually went over the amount of youth workers that I should have had this summer. But I want to start off with their names and their grades. So we have Ellis Clayton. Let's give him a hand. Ellis is one of our college interns. He is going into his sophomore year at Alabama State University. Let's give him a huge round of applause. We have Rebecca Adejumo. She's another one of our college interns. She just graduated from college, and she's looking forward to going to grad school. I think Ohio State, right? Yeah, and she's going to be doing cancer research at Ohio State. So yeah, we have some good youth. Next we have Naomi Gibson. Let's give her a hand. Naomi. I still call her little Naomi. I've been knowing Naomi since she was 4. Naomi is about to be a freshman at Cobbs High School at Cobbs. So let's give her a hand. So I want to back up a little bit. Ellis worked in our first grade classroom with Miss Eaton. He was her classroom assistant. Rebecca took care of the newsletters that we sent home, and she created our flyers. So she's our blogger. She's our newsletter writer and our flyer creator. So she uses all that good stuff. And Naomi was our support for our second grade classroom. And you guys know this young lady. That's my baby, Chelsea. Chelsea's about to be a sophomore at New Albany High School, and she worked with 5th grade and whatever I asked her to do. So she's like the head youth worker because she's been working since 6th grade year at the summer program. She's been working the longest out of all of the youth. I started her off early with responsibilities. Next, we have Lanaya Terry. She used to go to school here. Renaya is going to 7th grade, so she's one of our young youth workers. So she's going to 7th grade, and she's undecided right now where she'll be going. We have Jalea Agnew. Let's give her a hand. So Jalea used to come to our summer program every summer, although she didn't attend Parkmore Elementary School. Her mother would ask if she could come, and I said, sure, she could join us. And so after she was done with 6th grade, she said, well, can I work? I said, yeah, Jalea, you can work. So she was one of our kindergarten supports, and Jalea is going to, is it 8th grade? 8th grade at Global World Language. So she goes to the World Language School, and she's going to 8th grade. So both her and Anaya work with our kindergarten group. Next, we have Psalms Rose. She used to go to Parkmore. Psalms works with 3rd grade. Let's give her a hand. And Psalms is going to 9th grade at Northland High School. You going to 10th grade? Oh my goodness, that's growing up on me. So Psalms is actually going to 10th grade at Northland High School, and she's on the drill team. So if you go to every game, you will see Psalms dancing and all of that good stuff. Next, we have Maxwell Hatcher. Let's give him a hand. This is Maxwell's first time at the camp. He's a new worker. He's going to 8th grade, and he works with 4th grade. And he's either going to Columbus Academy or St. Charles Prep School. So, how did your interview go yesterday? I don't want to put you on the spot. Which one you going to?
I'm just taking a tour.
Are you just taking a tour?
It's
Either Columbus Academy or Tree of Life. You just took a tour of St. Charles. Parents, there's some seats up here. You guys want to come up so you don't have to stand. There's seats up here. We have chairs reserved for our parents up here. Yeah, come on up. Next, we have Daniel Adejumo. Daniel. Yes. Daniel just graduated from Midland High School. Yes, Daniel. And Daniel is now in the Marines. Yes. So, was it every Tuesday and Thursday? He would work here, and then in the evenings he would go to basic training. So he's getting all buff. You see his shirt's got a little smaller, so his shirt's small. So not just playing Daniel. Daniel is a sweetie pie. He is so humble and so respectful and responsible. So we are super excited to have him on our team, and I look forward to seeing what he does in the future. Next, we have Antonio Axley. Let's give him a hand. Antonio, you're going to, what grade? 10th grade at Northland High School, and he was one of our custodian supports. So these boys work hard this summer, the first couple of weeks. They're the ones that cleaned all the furniture, all the walls in the classrooms. They took all the furniture in the classrooms. And yeah, you might have caught them playing their video games, but they worked hard. They worked hard. Out of all of the youth workers, when I would see them, they had to mop. They were buffing the floors. They were taking the light off and dusting inside of the light fixtures. I have pictures and proof that these boys work hard. Let's give them a round of applause. They work hard. And I appreciate that because they learn a valuable skill. Something that they can take with them for life. How to collaborate, how, working with others, taking directions. Because they didn't report to me, they reported to Mr. B and Mr. Wade. They cleaned the carpets, swept the carpets, swept the floors. They did a lot. So when we come back to school this school year, it's because of these 4 boys. So Antonio, and then we have Alexander Chambers. Let's give him a hand. He was also one of our custodial support. You're about to be a junior. Sophomore? Why am I making everybody older? Sophomore at Fort Hays, right? You're going to Northland now. Okay, he was at Fort Hays. Now he's going to Northland. And then his brother, Elijah Chambers, let's give him a hand. And Elijah was also custodial support. You're going to 8th grade, right? 7th at Wilbur Park. 7th at Wilbur Park. All right, so let's give all of our youth workers a huge round of applause. All right. All right. So, where's Nick? Nick. Oh, there's Nick. Nick Rivers, this is his 2nd year here as a college intern with our program, and he's our vlogger. So if you go to Miss Campbell and Friends, he's the one that films all of our videos. He takes care of everything. He does the editing. So he is our vlogger for the summer at all of our field trips in the classrooms, special programs, and he's now about to be a junior at Cincinnati University. Very respectful young man. Love having him here. Let's give Nick a huge round of applause. All right, so can I have Ricardo come and grab the camera from Nick? All right, so last summer, I started something new with my nonprofit. So my nonprofit is Your Life Has Possibilities. And I like to give scholarships because we know college is not free. And it sure ain't cheap. And it's a burden on parents, families, and these young men, they have cars, car insurance. They're responsible. I think you have an apartment now, right, Alice? You have an apartment in Alabama, you got an apartment in Cincinnati? You're in the dorm. So, but apartments are expensive, books are expensive. So, I'm going to give you guys a scholarship. So this says, pay to the order of Nick Rivers, $500, book scholarship, Dr. Campbell, Stop the Summer Slide. They're going to get the real one later on. Next one says, pay to the order of Ellis Clayton, $500, book scholarship, Dr. Campbell. All right, and so these young men, they are so, when I say respectful, like, so respectful. They don't give any huffy-puffy, something, nothing. Always doing what they are asked. So I am grateful to give that. That's something I would be going to buy something I don't need, and they need it because books are not cheap. So, boys, I can't wait to see what you guys do. I know you're going to do great things. I'm proud of you. 2 African American young males in college. I'm excited. I'm very excited for your future. All right, boys, you guys can have a seat. Thank you. You're welcome.
Congratulations, man. Yeah.
We have here Mr. DeAndre, if you can come up from Young Money. Let's give him Mr. DeAndre Brown here. And this was a new program for us. I'm excited because I want you to come back during the school year. Young Money Finance. Miss Burnett, you excited? Like, yeah. So they work with our 5th grade this summer about entrepreneurship, financing, how much money it costs to run a business, but creating a business plan. So they created a business plan over a 5-week time span. And so Young Money offers various workshops related to finance, stocks, saving money, bank accounts, entrepreneurship, and the list goes on. He also has kits that comes with his workshops for every student that helps them to grow beyond what is offered in the classroom. So I'm super excited to have DeAndre here, and I want some of my colleagues to get him in their schools, so I'm going to be passing this information on as well. Miss Candace Aglacle couldn't be here, but she's our African dance teacher. Miss King stepped in. Let's give Miss King a hand. She's going to be leading our students. But Miss Candace, she was here during the school year. She worked with 2nd grade, and we'll have her again this school year to work with our 2nd graders, teaching them African dance. We also have Mr. Nate Jamison here. Let's give Mr. Nate a hand. Mr. Nate worked with our 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade boys on a program called the Cheeseburger Life. And so he's gonna talk all about that. You see our boys wearing their Cheeseburger Life shirts. So super excited about what we've had taking place here. And last but not least, we had Nikki Burton here. She works another job, but I want to do a plug for her. Nikki has an art exhibit at the King Arts Complex at this time. And if you want to go and see her artwork, it will be there until September. It is some really good artwork. You want to check her out. And so at the end of this assembly, parents, you will have an opportunity to go to room 10 to see your children's artwork. All of the artwork that they completed over the 5-week time span. Later on, you will see Miss Nettie Ferguson come in from Adam H. So when she comes in at 11 o'clock, I will stop to acknowledge her because she's one of our funders and I don't want to miss her, okay? All right. So we're going to get started with our awards, and I have my paper over here. Usually I have my lectern, so I can have my paper with me. Somebody moved it? No, who moved it? All right, so next we are going to have, first up will be Young Money, and he's going to come up and introduce himself and talk about his program. Give him a hand.
Thank you, Dr. Campbell. So Dr. Campbell talked a little bit about what we do. I'll quickly talk about who I am and why I feel coming to Parkmore and doing what I do is really important. So my name is John Marie Brown. I'm from Columbus, Ohio here. I also work in Grand Rapids, Michigan, where I travel back and forth. But I went to Wyland Park, Crestview, Indianola Middle School, and then graduated from Lyndon McKinley High School. And then at the age of 12, I entered the foster care system. And for me, I had an opportunity to interact with different families, different people, and I always question, like, why do I see people buying stuff and going places that I don't get a chance to go, right? So long story short, graduated from Kent State where I earned my bachelor's and master's, and I wanted to teach kids money management. But I knew it was important to teach my own kids money management. So I started teaching my kids money management. They have their own savings accounts, investment accounts. They plan our family trips. They even invest in our family trips. All those great things. And Dr. Campbell reached out to me and she was like, hey, I would love for your organization to partner with us. And for me personally, I always want to support our kids in Columbus, Ohio, because that's where my heart is. So of course I said, not a problem. We've been working together for 5 weeks. I literally drive about 4.5 hours every trip. Dr. Campbell just asked me coming in, she's like, so do you like stay in a hotel? Do you stay with family? Like, I drive down every time because I'm fully committed to supporting our youth. So can I have our young entrepreneurs stand up real quick? Go ahead and sit down. So really quickly, our young entrepreneurs are amazing. Some of them already have businesses, so if you are a parent or a family that has one of your young entrepreneurs that have a business, do your best to invest in them. They are doing some amazing things, and we also taught them how to solve problems. Right, young entrepreneurs? Taught them how to solve problems with your business? Yeah. So one of the other things that I always teach them is we will be the last generation that starts from scratch. Yeah. Meaning, thank you, Dr. Campbell, meaning that your business isn't just to make money, it's to make community impact. So each person in their business plan spoke to the problems that they want to solve in the community with their business. Okay? And one thing I told them when I was in class yesterday, I was like, do y'all want me to come back? And they were like, yes, but we're going to middle school. Parents, as well as our young entrepreneurs, please, please, please go to your school and say, bring Young Money in. We bring in our supplies, we bring in our support, and we bring in a passion to make sure that our entrepreneurs grow because they're going to be the people that change our community. So if you could give it up to our young entrepreneurs. Without any of this, young entrepreneurs, remember, entrepreneurship is leadership. Thank you.
All right, let's give another hand for Mr. Brown. Very good work. Very important work to our community. Next up, we have Mr. Nate Jameson with the Cheeseburger Live. Let's give him a hand as he comes forward.
Hi, everybody. My name is Nate Jameson. Some of you may know me. Some of you, this could be your first time seeing me or hearing about what it is that I do. So I have been tasked this summer with doing the Cheeseburger Life program with our 3rd, 4th, 5th, and then the 2nd graders as well. You know, me and Dr. Campbell have what I believe is a rich history, and I am extremely grateful for her. And I kind of shared the genesis, the beginning of our relationship last summer as I was here doing the Cheeseburger Life with some of our young scholars. You know, I've been in a district partnering with schools and organizations for around 10 years now. And there were people when I first started who kind of showed me the ropes, but Dr. Campbell was actually the first person who actually invested in me and who actually supported me financially and who said, okay, sir, how much is it that your program is going to be? And she invested in her students. And so for me, that was everything. And she was the very first supporter of this Cheeseburger Life program. That was around 2016, I believe. And we see how things have come full circle. So I partner with schools in the district. I do a lot in Columbus City schools, Reynoldsburg. I work with, well, I'm possibly going to be doing some work out in Westernville at this point. And so I provide programming. I do staff, personal development, public speaking, and then programming. And one of the programming for our younger students is going to be the Cheeseburger Life. So each layer of the cheeseburger represents a different aspect of life. I won't share what all those layers are because I kind of want to see if they remember when we begin our distribution of the certificates. But it's been an honor being here, parents, families, staff members, and of course, I have to show some love to the youth workers who have supported me. So I met with the students weekly, Monday, Wednesdays, Thursdays in the library, and I had support from Alex, from Antonio, from Elijah, who was in the program last summer, and from Daniel and Rebecca, who are brother and sister. So it wasn't just Nate Jameson who was working with your children or with your students, it was also your youth workers as well. So that's me in a nutshell. Thank you so much.
All right, so can we have our classroom teachers please come forward and our support, our instructional staff, right? We need teaching staff to have a summer learning experience. It's not all about the fun, but it's about the learning. And so I was able to take some time to look at the pre-assessments to the post-assessments, and our students made gains in 5 weeks. They do every summer. But I'm going to put that in a report for the parents to see at the start of the school year. So you can actually see the graph of how they've grown. I believe in transparency. I'm not just out here just smoking mirrors and saying stuff to make it look good and sound good. I'm not that type of person. Anybody that knows me personally knows what you see is what you get. So if I'm saying they may grow, they may grow. And I'm going to show it to our parents. But it would not have happened if it had not been for these hardworking teachers. They had to give up their summer. They're on break. They're on break. They don't have to be here. They can be at home, chilling, poolside, going on vacation with their family, but they're committed and they're here for 5 weeks so that our students will not have regression in their learning. And this is why our learning experience is called Stop the Summer Slide. Because urban inner city children, research shows, they lose 25 to 30% of everything they've learned during the school year over the summer months if they're not engaged in anything academic. After COVID took place, that number increased by 10%, so upwards of 35%. And then also in math, there's a regression in math over the summer months if students aren't building that number sense and getting that foundational support in that area. So it is very important that your child is always engaged in something academically over the summer. Yes, we like them to do fun things and enjoy their summer. Hey, they're on summer break, but at the end of the day, they are still going to have to perform when they go back to school in the fall. They're still going to have to perform. No one's going to ask them, Oh, did you go to a summer learning experience? No. The first week we start to test. Did you hear me? The first week we test. The first 3 days we test kindergarten. Their first 3 days, that's why they start on the staggered. That very first day they sit down, we start to administer the KRA assessment. Ms. Bradley is a kindergarten teacher. She can attest to that. Can I get a witness, as they would say? Then we start the I-Ready assessment. Then in October, 3rd grade starts their ELA state test. Then in December, we take the I-Ready again. So they're testing full speed the entire first semester. So that's why it's so important for them to be engaged in something academic over the summer, because if not, 30 to 35% of learning is an entire 9 weeks, because our school year is divided up into 4 quarters. That's an entire 9 weeks they're trying to catch up, 9 weeks of learning. And so that's why oftentimes students struggle when they first come back to school, because they've been chilling all summer. They've been in relaxed mode, and it's hard for them to get back into the academic mode. So let's give our parents a huge round of applause for believing in their children and getting them enrolled in something academic. So our school counselor, Mrs. King, provided social emotional support to our students. Every class received support from her. Let's give a hand for Mrs. King. Let's give a hand to Ms. Eaton, who taught our first grade this summer. And what's great about that, she taught her students she's about to receive next school year. So that's why she was a first grade summer school teacher, because they're up and coming second graders. Also, Mrs. Brooks, she taught our second grade students. Let's give her a huge round of applause. And she taught her up and coming third grade students. And then I had to hire another second grade teacher, because so many second grade friends turned in their applications on time, because our program is one that I set a deadline for. I only give parents a week to get their applications in. And second grade, they met the deadline. So I said, well, I need to be able to support them. So we were able to hire Mrs. Johnson. Let's give her a huge round of applause. And Mrs. Johnson taught our second grade this summer. Also, Ms. Lawrence, let's give her a round of applause. Ms. Lawrence taught our 4th grade up and coming 5th grade friends. Let's give Ms. Lofton a round of applause. She taught our kindergarten friends, and the same thing happened with kindergarten. We had so many kindergartners apply before the deadline, so we had to hire a second kindergarten teacher. So let's give Ms. Vermillion a round of applause. She taught our kindergarten. Mrs. Crespo assisted in kindergarten. Let's give her a round of applause. And Ms. Duquay assisted in kindergarten. Let's give her a round of applause. And then Mrs. Burnett was our 5th grade teacher. Let's give her a round of applause. And then Mrs. Bradley was our 3rd grade teacher this summer. Let's give her a round of applause. She said she wanted something different this summer, because she typically teaches kindergarten during the school year. And so she said, I want a different grade. And she's really good at ELA, language, arts, and writing. And so that is what she supported our 3rd grade students in. So they are going to be ready for you, Ms. Lawrence. Are you ready for them? They're going to be ready. So I'm super excited to see that growth when they start the school year. So let's give Ms. Bradham a round of applause. And Mrs. Walker, she supported both of our second grade classes this summer. Let's give Mrs. Walker a round of applause. And then in the back, Ms. Davis didn't want to come up. She was our office support. Let's give Ms. Davis a round of applause. And she provided transportation to students and helped me and my office get my office together. And then Ms. Green was our secretary this summer. So if you guys see Ms. Green, before you go down to the art room, please be sure to stop by the office and thank Ms. Green for stepping in, because Ms. Cindy needed to take the summer off and she wanted to relax. And I can respect that. So we had someone else come in and to provide that support. So let's give our staff another huge round of applause. Let's all go back. Without further ado, we're going to have our African dance performance. So you're going to listen to Mrs. King. Sad news.
they've been working on a rhythm called Domba. And Domba is from Mali, and it is done for big social dances for boys and girls. Our second, third, and fifth graders, they've been working on a rhythm called Sente. And Sente is a traditional rhythm from Guinea, and that dance is done for celebrations. And on the drums, we have Mr. Allende, and then his daughter, Jazz, on the drums. And if the students can tell me, what is the name of this drum? Chris Isaiah? Djembe. Is the name of this drum. And who can tell me what this drum is made of? Goat skin? Anything else? Rope? And wood. And this is the drum. During the dance, it tells you when to start, to stop, and to change steps. And Mr. Allende, do you want to explain the other drums?
Okay, these are the bass drums. This is called the doom doom. All right, and it's made with cow skin, rope, and wood. And this is the kinkadee, smaller one. And the same thing, it's made with cow skin. And these basically are like, in a band, these would be like the set drummer. This holds the rhythm. And the djembe is like maybe like the lead guitar or the lead singer tells the dancers when to start, stop, like Miss King said. And it also, changes the rhythms and things. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to start with the Domba rhythm. If I could have fourth grade to come up and get your lines, please.
Okay? They only worked 1 day with the drummers. They was here for 5 weeks, but they only was with me for 1 day. So I think they did a very excellent job. All right? Thank you very much.
Here for Mrs. King,
Yes.
who stepped in and led our students. Very good job. Mrs. King has been doing African dance how long?
Oh my gosh, for 20 plus years.
20 plus years. So you just never know what staff they're into. So that's what she does in her pastime, and she's really good at it, and she's a part of that company that Miss Candace dances at. So I appreciate Mrs. King stepping in and leading our friends. Now we're going to get started with our awards, beginning with our 5th grade students, and Mrs. Burnett is going to come in. We're going to work our way backwards. 5th grade, come on up. Let's give Miss Burnett a hand.
Oh, I'm sorry. Most of the students here I have all year, so it makes it like a little bit harder to say goodbye. So just to my students, I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your summer. I will miss you. I really will. Even the super talker, she can't talk as much as me, but that's okay. So anyway, it's been a pleasure having you, and thank you for coming. And I will miss you guys for sure. I really will. But anyway, we had a lot of fun, so make sure that you study your math facts, okay? Perfect attendance goes to Jaslyn Wade. Jaslyn Wade. Brooklyn Scott. Braylon Rogers. Alani Guzman. And next, we have most improved students. And I wanted to just quickly highlight these are the students that have really shown a lot of growth in math for me because that's what I taught. So first up is Ninaj Bravo. Layla Rodriguez. Austin Finley. And that was it, yes. Outstanding Achievement Award goes to Ricardo Boyer. Joshua Momo. Brian Rogers, Jasmine Day. And we forgot, I had one extra, most improved, Isaac Murphy. Isaac, I am very proud of your work. Big time. Just so you know. Everybody will receive a certificate of participation, so when we call your name, come on up. Ricardo Boyer. Ninaj Brown. Veronica Collins, Amani Guzman, Jace Lawrence, Evangelina Magar, Joshua Moho, Isaac Murphy, Isaiah Oliver, Brooklyn Satin, Lydia Taylor, King Thompson, Jaslyn Wade, Aubrey Finley, Layla Rodriguez, Braylon Rogers. Thank you, 5th grade.
Give another hand for Chris. Next up, we'll have Mrs. Lawrence with 4th grade.
4th grade, you know I love you, simple as that. So we first had certification of participation. Y'all crushed it. You guys worked so hard. So, Brittany Abram, Jaya Alexander, Trina Nisa, Carter Boyer, Emerson Brooks, Mackenzie Carmichael, Nicole Connor, Trey Ely, Amaya Edwards, Lamont Hughes, Caleb Rainey, Shamir Pasari, Malia Dominican, and James Wilson. For perfect attendance, we have James Wilson again, Mackenzie, Emerson, Caleb Lanning. And my group. For Outstanding Achievement Award, these two girls stepped up every day above and beyond. So we have JDL Love and Amaya Edwards. And then Most Improved, from the beginning to end, just socially helping others, academically, just all of it, really. They did amazing. Brittany Edwards. Queen Anissa. Carter Boyer. Sabrina Connor. Shannon Neely. Lamont Hughes. Caleb Lanning. Samir. Malia. And Jamin. Special shout out to Jamin and Amaya. They got 100% on their post-assessment. And then Brittany, Caleb, Trenton, and one other, they improved by 5 points, which was almost 46%. So, amazing job on that improvement too.
Let's give another hand for fourth grade. All right, next up we'll have our third grade. Let's give Ms. Bradley and third graders a hand as they come forward.
This is the perfect attendance. Let's on Ani. Sophia Brown. Adam Chambers. Adeline Top. Xavier Wade. And Ashley Wilson. Next up is their certificate of participation. Sean Alwood. Red Kanani. Sophia Bradham. Adam Chambers. Talia Edwards. Danielle Hills. Miles Hatcher. Michaela Mania. Finley Oliver. Adeline Cobb. Xavier Wade. Ray Walker. And Jasmine Wilson. Next up is the Most Improved, and these students had to take a nonfiction and a fiction as comprehension assessment, and that means they improved on both assessments. So Sean Alwood. Beth Manani. Danielle Bill. Michaela McGee. And Jasmine Wilson. The next award is Outstanding Achievement. Not only did they improve on both assessments, they just showed awesomeness all through the classroom, listening with all directions. Sophia Bradham. Adam Chambers. Adeline Top. And Xavier Wade.
Let's give another hand for third grade. All right, so our funder came in, Miss Nettie Ferguson. Let's give a hand for Miss Ferguson. She's here. Miss Ferguson, you can actually have a seat up here. So Miss Ferguson is the reason why we received $24,000 from Adam H. So we're super excited to have her join us today. She probably was at another camp. Yeah. Another one. But she gave up her time and came to check us out on today. So again, let's give another round of applause to Miss Nettie Ferguson. She is a pillar in our community. She is Miss Adam H. So if anyone asks about Adam H, it is Miss Nettie Ferguson. That's who you go to. Miss Nettie will get you in the right direction, point you in the right person. All right, so we're going to continue with our awards. Our biggest group, second grade, Miss Johnson and
Mrs. Brooks, and I did math this summer with second grade. I will have these kids this upcoming year, so it's fun getting to know them. So I'm going to start with perfect attendance for my homeroom, Jalil Hightower, Tanaya Miller, Carlos Flores, Sebastian Brown, Olawamanitu Ologi, Blessing Adade, Blessing Kajochi, Randy Bless Capadon, and then Mrs. Johnson and I are giving most improved to any students who scored 2 points or more from their pre-test to their post-test. Math, that was 22 kids, so quite a lot. So Zane Amanka Prof, Karan Miller, Shreya Askaraya, Olawakamitu Oroji, Carlos Flores, Caroline Beveridge, Favor Pamwa, Wisdom Kajochi, Brady Carmichael, Randy Ross Pepperton, Jalil Hightower, Blessing Adade, Bryson Healy, Messiah Young, Tegan Edwards, David Barnes, Caleb Connor, Sebastian Brown, Courtesy Frost Payton, Hayden Drummond is here. Hayden, Amari Suggs, and that is all most improved for second grade math. Second grade math. Okay, so I do have a few most improved reading from my homeroom. Blessing T. Carlos Flores, Sebastian Brown. Last but not least, Outstanding Achievement Award. These students were just on it every day. They followed directions, they participated. Tanaya Miller, Blessing T, Sebastian Brown, Jalil Hightower, Tegan Edwards, Favor Tongwa, and then certificate of participation from my homeroom. Favor, come on back up. Favor Tongwa, Blessing T, Jalil Hightower, Carlos Flores, Tegan Edwards, Bryson Ely, Caleb Connor, Sebastian Brown, David Barnes. Olawakamitu Awoji. Shriyan Acharda. Blessing Adane. And Tanaya Miller. And then Mrs. Johnson will do reading and her homeroom.
I took mine and put them all together, so I have each student individually separated out. So I had Zane Croft for perfect attendance, certificate of participation, and second grade has a yoga youth project that came and did yoga with us, and there's a certificate of participation from Yoga Youth Project also. For outstanding achievement in my group, Coraline Beveridge, Coraline also has a certificate of participation in a yoga youth project. Brady Carmichael, perfect attendance and yoga youth project. Brandon Blood Chakachon, outstanding achievement, certificate of participation and yoga youth project. Brandon. Courtesy Peyton Frost, certificate of participation and yoga youth project. Perfect attendance, certificate of participation, and certificate of participation for Yoga Youth Project, Shabby Margaret. Then we have Teron Miller, certificate of participation, Yoga Youth Project. Momo, perfect attendance. Certificate of participation in Yoga Youth Project. Helena Mahudu, I may be saying it wrong. Helena has outstanding achievement, certificate of participation, and certificate of Yoga Youth Project. Amari Suggs, perfect attendance, participation certificate, and Yoga Youth Project. Wisdom Tajoshe, I may be saying it wrong, I'm sorry. Certificate of participation, perfect attendance, and Yoga Youth Project. Messiah Young, perfect attendance, certificate of participation, and Yoga Youth Project.
All right, let's give another hand for second grade. All right. Next up, we have first grade with Miss Easton. Let's give her a hand as she comes forward.
I was super excited to work with this group this summer because I get to work with some of them coming up in the next school year, so I got to see their personality. We got to turn up, we got to learn, and they've grown so much. So I had a lot of improvements and I had a lot of outstandings, but I put mine all together. So they'll get their awards when they get them. So first up is Kenneth. Kevin. Nathan. Brooklyn, David, Dante, Linsara, Leon, and matter of fact, you had a small envelope for no person.
All right, let's give another hand for first grade. All right, and our last group was our second largest group, our kindergarten friends. Come on up. Bags, goodie bags, with certificates for every friend. for every one of their friends. So, Dre says she spent all my money. She spent my money!
Hello, everyone. As Dr. Campbell said, we have included certificates and some goodies in all the bags, as well as a book for each student to read. For my class, which I was kindergarten to first grade, with more of the advanced kindergartners, and then Mrs. Vermillion, my partner in crime, she was kindergarten and pre-kindergarten. So she had the class of the best students, I feel. The babies, yes. We got to take care of all our babies. I'll start with my most improved. I want to actually, let me start over. I'm going to call out my students here as I receive them, and we'll save the most improved for last. Victor Luna. Come around. And again, our kindergartners, we did both classwork, we did African dance, and we did yoga. So they did their extra activities as well. Oh, stay right here for right now. Then I'd like to have Di Foster, who unfortunately did a class, but she's on vacation right now. Santiago Flores. Okay. Okay. Then I'd like to have Jace Jackson. He received all the certificates as well as perfect attendance. Sylvetta Canu. She too was a perfect attendance student. I have Kamari Ragland. Also perfect attendance. Nicholas Barnes. Trinity Roush. And Lavetta Momo. And then for my most improved student, this student didn't originally attend Parkmore, and she came to us because her big brothers were in the program and she wanted to be here too. Miss Brielle Connor. I probably don't even need a speaker, my mouth is big enough. I was pretty strict with my little students, so I have only one that really went above and beyond everything that he was asked for. Every day he showed up, he followed directions, he worked hard. So I'd like to go ahead and acknowledge Elijah Wade for all his good work. And he got perfect attendance and completion. These are my other perfect attendance. I got Everett Brooks. I got Joseph Wakabala. Oh, sorry, Joseph. Shyla Martin. Addison White. And these are certifications of completion. Cartier. Nadia. All of these kids did a wonderful job, and for the last 2 weeks, we've had a combination of all of them together. And they did such an awesome job. And I feel like not only did they learn academically, but they learned how social skills, behavioral skills, bond skills, all the things that they need for first grade, some of them, and first kindergarten for some of my little guys. And I thoroughly enjoyed working with your kids. They were a lot of wonder and kept me hopping. I just didn't lose any weight while I had them, even though they kept me running. But we had a lot of fun this summer, and I hope that they enjoyed coming with us. Last but not least, Dr. Campbell mentioned the teacher support. We'd like to give awards to our IA, Ms. Emmy and Ms. Crespo. Come on in. Thank you for your assistance as well. And girls, we have a special present in the room.
Some of you don't know, but these green t-shirts is like the big deal for this year. The summer camps voted on the slogans and the color and the design. And we had a young person from the college art and design to design them. And then, as you can see, they're just a great addition. Apparently there's a hit. So I want you parents to know that people care about summer camp so much. Our public affairs team every year spends $28,000 to make sure all of the camps have t-shirts, water bottles, and dog-free bags. So know that the work that they're doing here doesn't go unnoticed, but the community knows their investment in the value of their children and how important they are to us today and for the future. And thank you so much for bringing them to summer learning so they can grow and develop and help grow and develop us as well. Thank you.
All right, and last but not least, we have Mr. Nate coming up to give out his Cheeseburger Life certificates. Let's give Mr. Nate a hand as he comes forward.
Cheeseburger. Cheeseburger. All right. So when you all get your certificates, we'll call your name, you'll come up here, and you'll just stand up here. Do we understand that? All right. Oh, and let me give a little disclaimer. If I butcher anybody's name, please know it was not done on purpose. And I did my best to make sure we have everyone's certificate here. So first we have none other than Zane Nuama Prime. Up next, we have none other than Brady Carmichael. And then we have the one and only Teron Miller. We have Amari Suggs. Wisdom Chajochi. Messiah Young. Bryson Ely. Jaleel Hightower. Caleb Connor. Shrian Acharya. David Barnes. Elijah Campbell. Sebastian Brown. Now we have the one and only Sean Elwood. Blessman Aning. Mr. Everything himself. Give it up for Adam Chambers. Danielle Fields, come on down. We have Jordy Myope. One of the nicest kids I've ever met. Give it up for Xavier Wade. We have Miles Hatcher. Carter Boyer. Dupree Connor. Trenton Easy. Lamont Hughes, aka Mr. Personality, come on down. Caleb Lanning. Samir Parsai. We're going to honor him in his absence. He finished the program last summer. Peyton Shire. We have, this was his first year in the program, and he was very enjoyable to work with, Mr. Jameis Wilson. This next young man is a returner. He is feeling himself right now. Give it up for Ricardo Boyer, everybody. This young man is also a returner. He's one of the most playful young men that I know. Give it up for Chase Lawrence. Next young man, this is actually my first time working with him, but he stood out immediately. He never gave me the issues, and he always worked hard, and that's going to take him a long way. I just want to say that. Give it up for Joshua Momo. This next young man is probably one of the most interesting students that I've worked with. Clap it up for Isaac Murphy. I'll never be able to forget this young man. He always offered me help. It's my second year working with him, and he was always positive, and I appreciate that about him. And he has a great support system, and she's here right now. Get up for Chris Isaiah Oliver. Future pastor. Whenever we did activities and we talked about careers and what you want to do in the future, this young man wants to serve God and said he wants to have his own church. And, you know, I appreciate that. So, yeah, clap it up for Braylon Rogers. This young man is also a returner from last summer. Whew, some days I had to just contain myself, brother. But he has a bright future, big personality, and when he applies himself, very smart young man. Give it up for King Thompson. In his absence, Jonas Thorpe. Clap it up for Jonas Thorpe, everybody, please. And I also want to, I didn't mention this young brother earlier because he was recording, but can y'all give some love to Nick Rivers, who's been getting the video footage and the pictures. Every week I was here, if I needed anything individual or any certain shots or anything, he was there. He's professional. He's done great with me, business-wise and personally. He's just a solid dude, so I wanted to make sure I show him some love. Can we have Daniel and Rebecca come up here for me real quick, please? Quickly. Come on, young people. I just want to say a few words. I appreciate every youth worker. Cheeseburger. I need y'all to listen up. I appreciate every youth worker who gave their time and their energy this summer. And so weekly I had in the library with me would typically be Antonio, Alex, Elijah, Nick, Becca, Daniel. I just want to say some special words about these two because sometimes you have young people or just people you encounter who kind of stand out a little bit. And so some days, before I would even say something, when I'm carrying stuff into the library, this young man is like, you want me to go ahead and get that for you? Can I go ahead and start getting a cheeseburger set up for you? Where you want this at? And the same with Becca. Going out of their way to go above and beyond to help me. Never really complaining, but just because they wanted to be there. And anything that I asked them to do, and I mean anything, they stepped up and did it, even if it was something kind of out of their comfort zone. And I think the hard work, the focus that they have, and their attitudes is going to take them a long way in life. And I just want to let y'all know I appreciate you. Can I get some love to you, brother? Can y'all clap it up for Daniel and Rebecca, please? Clap it up for the Cheeseburger Live, everybody! At the conclusion of the ceremony, we're going to get a group picture, Cheeseburger Life, but you can be seated now, right? Go ahead and take a seat.
There you go. Thank you. This concludes our summer awards assembly. We do hope that you guys enjoyed it. There were a lot of awards given out, but also some kind words shared about our students and our youth workers and our program overall, and I can appreciate that.